Get up, stand by. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemigo cayendo en la zona. Survive the time to secure redeployment. Earn points to speed up the countdown. Enemy building Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy UAV overhead. loadout drop headed your way. Enemy dropping into the AO. Updated intel on new target. Intercept and eliminate. Enemies are dropping into the air.
Still kicking. Fire.
You'll get another chance. Weapons free.
você não sabia as pessoas.
Survive the countdown to earn redeployment. Your kills will be up. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
Try to preserve the past, but sometimes it's better to blow it all up and I warn you before triggering the phone.
No fucking way.
Dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy counter UAV inbound.
Little pussy.
Enemy dropping into the AR. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. "25 are still active in the AO. loadout drop inbound. Redeployment.
Good cheating, fuckboy.
You're back on the station. Go get after it. Gas is moving. Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted. There's an increased payout for this job. Be sure to collect.
Good camping, fuckboy.
Time for engines. You're redeploying. Resurgence is about to end. Make it count. Enemies dropping into the AO. Closing in. Prices are back to normal.
Now jerk on.
We're returning you to the front. Earn this. Be advised, resurgence is no longer active. This is for keeps. You've made it to the top 10. We've got 10 squads active in the field.
A la verga,
Enemy
güey.
UAV is online. Stay alive till time expires.
Scanning. Identity confirmed.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Sentry turret available.
Hostile UAV in the area. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Gas is inbound. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemies dropping into the AO. Friendly loadout drops on the way. Only 25 remain. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Camping fucking cunt.
Get ready. You're redeployed.
You know, first kill, you're getting shot at, big firefight, you have to kill someone. Not for just cruising downtown, or not cruising downtown. It was we just got done doing an operation, taking some prisoners back, and like as the sun is coming up, you see a vehicle start to pick up speed and come straight towards our convoy, and your commander's like, "Hey, light this guy up," and it takes a while, and he slaps me on the helmet. He's like, "Well, light this fucker up now," and I did. Pulled the trigger on it, butterfly trigger, and skipped around from the hood of his car all the way through him, like a good 9-round burst, and the car went all, sideways and veered towards us, past us, and we stopped, got out. They investigated the vehicle, popped open the trunk, and he had these old artillery rounds, like wired all together in there. And that was like their stick back then. Artillery wired to chlorine up, to make like a chlorine bomb. And then shot that guy. It was the first one I ever killed. And
But you didn't know until they confirmed it from the car to check him out because he was in the car.
yeah. So when they opened the car, that's where I could see what happened to him. With a good amount of 50 caliber rounds through this thing. I just saw, from my perspective, I saw sparks, and red fish, pink fish mist, I guess. But when they, it was a
I feel bad, lad.
distinct, like jelly a little bit.
Yeah. Can you even process that like right in the moment when you got that confirmed, or you still just very much?
I was still like rushing off the. Wow, I just shot my first weapon overseas in combat. It wasn't. Like it was hard to. I didn't think it was going to go down that way. I thought it was going to be getting shot at or something, not just with a guy who wants to, use his car like a torpedo.
And it looks like.
But I lived off that high just up until I got back. It was a weird experience. I did not. This is not how I expected it to go down. So it was just weird to kind of put that all together. But it was weird when I got back though.
How long was that deployment?
This picture. It's a crazy ass picture.
Where there was action, the rest of it was you were basically in convoys checking places out, and then just
Every day was action. We did 120 missions in 90 days. We killed I forgot, 1,000 something guys. The most we've ever killed in deployment was like 1,900 in a 2-month time span. So it's every day's action. Every day's action. I might not be, pulling the trigger on all these missions or operations. A lot of the, the assaulters and stuff like that, they are. But like every day was a pretty hectic day. Yeah.
Did you lose any guys during that first one?
Not from my platoon. We lost somebody from another. I was a first platoon. We had first platoon, second platoon, and third platoon. Somebody from, I believe, second platoon died. Maybe somebody else from third platoon. A couple of guys did die. Yeah. I just did not know them directly. I know they were in the, range of battalion, and we might have, passed each other going to chow or something like that, going to eat, but I didn't know him personally though.
So you don't have there's not like that straight line connection yet to like how real it gets when you or anyone else can go down like that.
Yeah, I didn't see that yet firsthand. We felt like, or to me, it felt like my platoon was just the platoon made of like little guys, man, who were just untouchable.
It's a dangerous feeling.
Big time. Because when it happens, it makes it worse too. But
and again, you're still 18 at the time. You're cerebral. What is it, the prefrontal cortex or whatever?
Not developed yet.
Not developed at all. So you don't even have like
no. And we're doing stuff like this, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's a now it's crazy to you, but at the time, did you have any appreciation?
No, at the time, I mean, I felt like I was a grown man. Like, I felt like I was more of a, it'll sound weird, like more of a man than my dad. Or like at my dad's level. It felt like that. Because I was doing stuff my dad never got a chance to do.
Is that competitive a little bit? Like, is that where that's coming from?
Probably, yeah.
I'll show you, old man.
That's exactly what it is, yeah. A lot of that. And Yeah, like the first time I ever showed someone was that next day, and I had told him about it. Just like, don't talk about that. And now it's going like this. So just never talked about it again after that. He didn't find out until I left with him, and he started to hear stuff and see stuff online or whatever.
Oh, you left with him later.
Yeah, I stopped talking about it altogether with my family. My wife didn't know until after I got out. Well, it was that last deployment. One of my team guys was we were talking, and she overheard some stuff. But, yeah, and she was like, "What are you talking about?" That's how she found out. But it's only been one deployment I had with her, and I was a trip to Afghanistan with CRAPZONE. Yeah, I was like, oh wait, yeah.
All right, so you do another one in Iraq after that.
I went to Ranger School, then to Baghdad. That October was really good. Like, not slow, it was fun. We got a chance to work with the SEALs and use their boats. I forget what their boat is called, but we would ride up and down the river, dismount off the river. It was like almost like Vietnam a little bit, just like a small, wasn't Vietnam, but it felt like Vietnam. The jungle style environment, tall trees coming off the water, the ravine, and using boats to infill. That was pretty sick working with SEALs like that.
Yeah, how does that? I've asked this to different guys. This part's always a little confusing for me. Like, how does it work where they're like, all right, Rangers, you're working with SEALs, or Delta Force, you're working with SEALs, or Marines, you're working with Rangers. Like, how does this go down?
That's a good question. I believe it comes down to who's in theater and who has a certain operational capability. I was there for that.
Oh, you were there?
Resurgence. Survive the countdown to earn redeployment. Fuel kills to speed up the time.
Fuck no.
Hostiles have established a SAM turret.
So, like, Saddam's sons, just,
No.
yeah. I mean, the money that just floats around.
Yep. I have not come across a terrorist that has not had like a crisp $100 bill on them.
They hate America, but they do love our freedom.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a fucking heart attack.
Yeah. Did you wonder?
That's a
Good man.
fucking heart attack.
Remote caves.
Remote caves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where they're hiding. So.
Yeah.
So that task force, that Zakari task force, this is like 0506 around then, right?
Yeah.
Wait, is that the one that was like Team Avengers?
That was both of them. I was on 2 task force, yeah. So.
Because this is, I mean, obviously, like, the CIA was like the brain unit of trying to hunt this guy. So are you directly interfacing with people from there on intelligence as far as like where these houses are before you hit them?
Yeah, they would supply all the information, all the intel. Like, we're not And if I ever came across a CIA guy, like for the majority of the time, I had no idea they were even with the agency or anything. I just thought they were some cool army guy.
That's how they like it.
Yeah, I had no idea who these guys were. And that's how it was for a lot of the operations. Like, you would know the Delta guys. They would either stay with us or they had no issue saying who they were with. But they wouldn't say, I'm Delta Force. They would say, I'm with the unit or something like that. But yeah, they were cool guys. They would recruit from us like every deployment. So
They were recruit from you?
yeah, from the regular.
Oh, to get, right.
Yeah, to get new guys. The agency guys, they were spooky. Like, you don't know who you're really dealing with or anything like that. It's just this spooky dude. And especially being that age that I was, it's hard to. You're working with some cool guys, but you don't know who's cool.
Do you have a concept at all of like the geopolitical implications of what's going on? And the reason I ask that is because you're getting there when shit has hit the fan. The whole like separating out the bad fight backfired. The insurgency of terrorists has basically seized on the upset population to rally them behind them to be like, fuck these people who are doing you out.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird time. Do you have any grasp
All right,
of
you
that,
two.
or are you just so focused on like, all right, what's the next mission? Here's what we gotta do. All right, great.
That's it. Yeah. Just what's the next mission? And every day, sometimes 2 or 3 missions a day. But that's my only focus. Yeah, I guess after one particular mission, we had taken down a high value target. And I remember sitting in the chow hall and seeing the mission we had just accomplished, like on the news. I think that was like the most I've ever been. Like, holy shit, we're doing some pretty impactful stuff. And they didn't say who did it. They did. They said it was Iraqi special forces or something. I was like, that was pretty neat to be a part of missions like that, where either your name or your unit does not get mentioned. It gets passed off to somebody else. That was pretty cool.
Right. I would imagine that's almost a bit has to get.
That's it, yeah. And then when you watch the news over there, you realize how much of it is like it's just all propaganda.
Right.
That was neat to see. Like everything that you guys were getting back here was almost a lie. Not a lie. It was just a lie.
So beyond, you're saying like, obviously beyond just like changing a team who did it or who did it, the actual information of what's happening on the ground is different.
All of it's totally different. Totally different.
So what would you say during that time period was the main problems with like the reporting of what's happening in Iraq?
The main problems, probably the numbers. I think the numbers of maybe civilian deaths. I think casualties. We wouldn't really advertise our all the times that we messed up. Or not messed up, where something bad happened, or innocent person got killed, or some of the tactics we were using to get who we're going after. But then you get older, you realize that, well, yeah, a lot of the stuff that these companies and like your cell phones are always listening to you and stuff like that, I think looking back at it now, you realize, or you think, depends on like how much of a conspiracy theorist you are. Like, were we testing all this technology out on these people first before we implemented it here? So it was like that. Yeah.
I haven't heard that one before.
Really?
That's believable though.
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, it's impossible to know, but in talking to some of the people I get to talk to doing this job, in your head, you're like, all right, so is DARPA 40, 50, or 60?
Right. Oh, yeah. I'm going to, 40 to 60.
Right?
Yeah, they're pretty up there, pretty far up there. Yeah.
So what are they testing? In this case, you're talking about them testing it in the war zone over there.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But then, what are they testing in your own population, too?
Yeah. 5G. No.
You haven't even been here now. Damn it.
5G.
Yeah, I can imagine that's got to be frustrating, though, because, I hate when people in offices in Washington, D.C. wearing suits have to run and duck and cover for their own decisions, and then it gets painted back on the guys who were there. Like, there's no better example than what you studied growing up with the Vietnam vets. I mean, those guys were spit on when they were brought back. But it's like, they got drafted to go there. Like, what do you want them to do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we won't have to go through that again. The way things are looking now, hopefully we don't have to, incorporate the draft again. Who knows?
Yeah, I've heard rumors about that.
Yeah.
Maybe being a thing.
That would suck really bad, because we'd lose so bad. What was the last time we were, what was the last war that we had won?
I mean, does the 91 Gulf War count?
No.
It's like 2 days.
Yeah, and we just picked up where we left off. To be continued.
Yeah, but the other thing is, when you look at the history of modern warfare, like post-World War II, it's usually big country in small proxy country, right? So, United States in Korea, Russia, the Soviet Union, and various other countries that, weren't world powers. United States in Vietnam, United States in Iraq, Russia in Ukraine, Israel in Gaza. Like, Gaza's
30
not going to
miles
be
long.
number one in GDP.
Right.
Neither is Ukraine.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you guys.
Yeah, it's truthful. They might be now. I'm telling you, we're giving them.
They still need a few years, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Point being, it's like they're all these wars are really what's happening outside of the wars diplomatically, or I don't even know if that's the right word to use there, but it feels like warfare is this almost like a hammer in the toolbox to take out and bang in some nails, and gives a fuck how they feel.
Yeah, 100%. Which is weird to think about it, especially the guys who were sending those guys out to do that stuff get a chance to go home and eat caviar, every night. That's your thing. But
yeah, it's got to be frustrating though, because we're not putting boots on the ground there, which I like, because I don't like any of these wars. I'm not one of these, just to be clear, I'm not one of these people who's like, we can never be involved. That's a really bad way to look at things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the world is a nasty place, and shit. Right, they lose 100K, they lose 200K, we're talking lives, whatever. Like, as a human being, I'm never gonna go.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like that now too.
Yeah. But in Iraq, you talk about like the civilian deaths. You feel like we're being misreported and stuff like that. At the same time, you guys, it's not your fault that the people there now hate you because of what politicians have decided to do. It's also probably understandable that some, maybe not the total terrorists, but some of the other people may not like you. Because like, you guys are forced to have to go to door every night and like do checks and uniforms with guns in the faces of kids. But like, one of the things I always ask the guys who are over there is, in no way to like condone terrorism or anything like that, but could you see how the 7-year-old in 2006 who was getting his house broken into every night by people in suits that say America on it might hate America at age 26?
We knew that back then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You'd kill a dad right in front of his kid, and you can only imagine, the disdain that he has towards the guys who did that, or the country that did that to his dad, and what he's going to grow up to be. I knew that back then. And some of us were there long enough to actually see the manifestation of that, over those years, 20-something years is a long time. And that's a long time.
I sent my mom a video this morning of a kid, because you got to be careful with all these videos because there's propaganda like crazy everywhere. So I'm pretty tight with those and can't be 100% on stuff, but there was one of a kid who was probably about 9-10 years old crying. I'm like, all right, I don't think he's a Hollywood actor. And, he's in Lebanon and his family had just been bombed or whatever, and he was crying, but he was making sense. He wasn't just like hysterical. He was talking about, he's like, God needs to get back at these perpetrators or whatever. I said to my mom, I said, when this kid blows up a building in 15 years, I won't condone it and I'll hate him for it, but I'll damn well understand where it started.
Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah, it's a never-ending cycle, man. And that's what I don't get. I mean, these wars are confusing at this point. It's like, you know, in order to, you know, I guess alleviate that issue, you have to kill everybody. And that's the only way that you can make that. But then you're just going to piss off somebody, the next door neighbor or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but it's a weird battle to fight, you know. Very strange battle to fight.
And it sounds like, based on what you're saying, even at 18, 19 in those earliest deployments, you even have some understanding.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's impressive. But
you get a chance to see it firsthand, you know. And, you know, if I were a kid, I'd feel the same way too. If you killed my dad, yeah. Probably not going to like you after that.
what's up?
Yeah. I'll mind you. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was one of the things you talked about, how, like, you're in these countries and these people are used to just having helicopters over their head at all times, people carrying rifles around, military uniforms on the street. And here, you know, when we had that happen for like a week or two.
Which one was that?
After 9/11.
Okay, yeah.
Like, that was weird for people.
Were you here for that when that happened?
No, I grew up in South Jersey, but I remember 9/11.
Close enough.
Like one of my first memories.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 7. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
That whole everything about
it's crazy how it's scarred into your mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had that for like 2 weeks.
Really?
Whatever it was. Where, you know, not down where I was, but like, when I say we, I'm talking about people who were like here in New York, where they walk outside and, you know, there's military.
Humvees and all. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That was crazy. And it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Imagine 2 decades.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or like 200 years.
That too? Yeah.
You know? That's all they know.
Yeah. Dude, it was weird when I was over there. Like, some people had no idea why we were even over there. Like, what are you talking about? That was weird. You guys have TV, you don't know what happened. We didn't have anything to do with that. I was Saudi Arabia.
They're next door.
Yeah.
Come there.
Roadhouse. You can borrow some sugar, though.
There was a Frontline documentary. I don't know how long ago, but it was years after Iraq had happened, where they went and interviewed a lot of now adults who were like kids and teenagers when the war started.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about, like, okay, you know, Saddam was a very bad guy. Let's not rewrite history here.
Mm-hmm.
But they talk about some of the normalcy in their life.
Yeah, I've heard stories about that too. Yeah, like, with Saddam Hussein being the dictator or the leader. Yeah,
but like, they knew where they were going to go get lunch that day.
Mm-hmm.
They could go to school, stuff like that. You couldn't say anything bad about Saddam, or your head was going to come off. But, like, you know, not to say they would. Their point was not to say we wouldn't have had complaints about that. We did.
Yeah.
But holy shit, this got way worse.
It did, the big time.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I can't carry a shovel. There was a time in Iraq where you couldn't have a shovel or a cell phone when we rode up.
You couldn't have a cell phone.
No, or a shovel. You would get shot for that.
Why a cell? Because they
IED. Yeah, or just calling it IED. It was such a big problem. So the rules of engagement at one point for the Spec Ops were. It was, I don't want to say sketch, they were just, wow. You know, just wow. I don't think that your average person doesn't hear about that too much, or, you know some of the things that, the rules of engagement, how they change and fluctuate over the years. 1 minute it's this, next minute it's, when the hearts and minds, you know. I was never a part of doing any of that. That was like regular military, regular army stuff. You know, winning the hearts and minds. Our thing was like, we'll take them, they can win them, but we'll take. Yeah, did a lot of that.
You do those first 2 in Iraq.
Yeah,
you go through Ranger School. Now we're in like 07, 08.
Yeah.
Is this when you first go to Afghanistan?
Afghanistan, yeah. Well, I did Mosul, Tikrit, Mosul, Baghdad. Then I went to first deployment to Afghanistan was. I think it was not Kandahar. Maybe it was Kandahar. No, it wasn't Kandahar. It was Bagram, Afghanistan. just hold that fear. And my first time ever seeing mountains, that like from that nature, but Bagram, Afghanistan, that was a dull deployment. It wasn't what I expected, but no, it is what I guess you could say it is what I expected. We knew it wasn't going to be like Iraq, where you have like the more city environment, and it just wasn't that much action for guys like us in Afghanistan during that time frame. It was the slow deployments. That's where guys would just go to lift weights, you know, and you found out what SEAL stands for: sleep, eat, and lift. Those were those deployments.
Yeah.
But it picked up quick though. It picked up my second go around to Afghanistan.
But when you first get called in to go there, this is now 6-7 years since we invaded. 03 we go into Iraq, and the line I think that's very fair is like took your eye off the ball, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, people forget, but the beginning of Afghanistan was like one of the most successful modern military operations in history.
Yeah.
You know, so now you're going there where the resources have been pulled a while ago, and now what was the running and hiding and fledgling Taliban is like, when I hear this history, it's like they were slowly tripping their way across the country and telling people, hey, your life wasn't that bad before this, right?
Yep. It was a weird environment, I think. But you're 100% correct when you say the resources were just pulled on that. It was all focused towards, Iraq, getting Iraq that way. But I think that we had lost like a huge influx of the foreign fighters coming in at that point, coming into Afghanistan. And they started to have little balls, man. There were little balls. We're going to have a safe haven here, and we're going to fight. And Afghanistan starts to slowly, depending on where in Afghanistan you are. But somebody not having a chance to be out and stuff like that. I was just all direct action, just going to this side of that mountain, that village. So it's really good.
But the first one was now John working on everything.
Yep. Trying to fight 6 guys. They didn't like us, we didn't like them.
Oh, you didn't? You didn't?
No, and it was a bad deployment. They had to put up a big, fence in between us because it was, the tensions were high. They were not allowed to mess with us. We see this, we had different feeding times, different bathrooms, different everything.
The tensions were high over what?
In fact, some girl. I don't know. I was just along for the ride, man. I'm like, hey, you got people, my guys. Yeah. I don't know. It was just I guess it was just a lot of competition. And we didn't think that those guys were as good as what
Sorry, Bella.
people say. We thought that we could do the same things they could do. Side by side with them, and sometimes they'll do it in their missions if they were going to do something else. So we were good at what we were doing, but it was like they wanted to, like big bro, like a big brother, with a little brother, just push it off to the side. I wanna do this, and it just got old after a while. We don't do that. So
A little bit arrogant.
very, very good. Yeah, that's where I got my distinct SEAL team. I liked the SEALs are big fun, and they just weren't, they did not do, they're water-based guys, If you want us to take over an oil rig, don't call a ranger, call a SEAL. We'll tear that thing up all the time. So, call those guys. But when it comes to destroying something on land, we call us.
So when you see Bin Laden get whacked in 11, you're like, yeah. And then
But I don't know who it was. Yeah. Yep. I was hoping for Delta. I was hoping for Delta to happen, but they were in Iraq.
Like those are the same guy that was fighting with
Yep. Same no shit, man. The same guy. The same guy.
You must have been McCorbett was there. Because he was SEAL Team 6 at that time. They just had him something.
I have to see places there.
That was the Can we pull up Daniel Corbett, Serbian prisoner? This is the guy I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Who was taken prisoner in Serbia. I feel like he would have been one of the guys, like, he's the dude in the corner room. Like, he just doesn't give a fuck. This dude.
What is he like? Why does he looks familiar?
That dude in the glasses.
Yeah.
And that's him. Yeah. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did not strike, like, I don't know that I had a 16 guy in here, but I've seen a lot of content with SEAL Team 6 guys.
Yeah.
I was surprised that he was, and then he got talking, just his approach, and got what's happening. But not the...
You're definitely with
no.
Yeah. You can always spot a SEAL Team 6. Yeah. But some of them blend in really good.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell. That's the guy that finds it.
Gotcha. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But yeah, he must have, unless maybe I'm off a couple months on the deployment.
It could be much, but we were always,
You were there with SEAL Team 6 at that time. Obviously, they had heats that they got in.
Yeah.
Still, it's funny. All up. So you guys were just chilling, and you couldn't even work out with him?
No. We had this little, like, prison gym in a small, old rundown, old empty schoolhouse, old school, and that's where we lived at. And they extended it all now. SEAL Team 6 had their own equipment, had their own MWR, the computers, their phones and stuff. But it wasn't many. They don't ever travel. Like, we're traveling with 35 to 40 guys. SEAL Team 6 guys, they're like, a small handful.
Right.
Very small handful. I found that cool. What they could do with the least amount of guys. But I just felt like we were way better.
And you never left during that deployment? You never left the base?
Oh, hell yeah. We went out with those guys all the time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, they would just do all killing.
Okay, yeah. So there was action. You were just...
Oh, there was action.
You were hanging back.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of that. Like, you guys carry our stuff, and when we get there, we'll get it back, and we'll go knock this out. It was a lot of that.
Got it. So you're like in the rear and you're like...
Well, in the rear enough to, like, smell the gun.
Yeah.
And see the dead bodies. Yeah.
Missed it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. All of you guys in special forces do say the same thing. It makes sense to me. It's like if you train your whole life to be in the NFL and you get there, you ain't trying to be backup quarterback. You're going to play.
Exactly.
But in the NFL, with very few exceptions, people don't die, right?
Yeah.
Some bad injuries, but for the most part, like, people do live. You're talking about, though, the same mentality where it's like you're going to go out there and there's bullets flying at you, and you and your boys might not come back, but that's the only place you want to be.
Oh, yeah. You don't even think about it. I've never thought about it as like, oh, no, there's... Like, what the guys are.
Another inconsiderate fuck leaving their mic on. Oh, and a minor too at that. Guess what, fuckboy? You're getting banned. Guess what, fuckboy? You're getting banned. Where's my singing little fuckboy at? Bullshit. Faded bitch. Faded than a hoe. You are a hoe, dude. I mean, you faded than a hoe. You are a hoe. Should be like faded like a hoe. Faded because I'm a hoe.
For months and months on end. So.
Survive the time and secure redeployment. Earn points to speed up the countdown.
Precision Sniper School. The first thing is Precision Sniper School. Based on Bloomberg. Street Hall. Angling the building, but not from the real building. Is building. Really well. Shooting instructor.
Enemy dropping into the AR.
Then after that, it's going to go to the sniper school.
Enemy counter UAV inbound.
Then after that, so I did 4 sniper schools before. All together. We were going to officially get something. That's like, it's an easy sniper school, course. After you've been through all the other courses you did, like you're not even a lot of it. 10% of the school, 20% of the school, 80% is the fundamentals, the sniper formula, the scope. Okay, so like the scopes we use are those dot scopes. Inside the scope, you have that crossover, and you have dots online, and you can use that as a form of measurement, and to adjust for the range. I'm looking at a target. The average human.
Después por PK.
So 40 the constant 24 meters. 16. And if I take 2 layers going to the top of your head and plug it into the.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Gas is moving.
It was like 9 yards or something. That's still a basic, very basic coverage. Then you have to go out and hide and stuff. Sweating suit stalking. Get on target. There's a team of instructors looking at you. They know you're starting from.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Pull off the side and instructors and take the shot to come within 2 feet of you. And we'll say I'm within 3 feet of the sniper. The instructor in the back of the truck or something, he's looking, so I think I see him down here on your feet at this location. Put your hand on him. Out of this end, no, that's not him. That's like the hardest one.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Most people feel that 160 seconds if they get a chance to do it. So you get 5 chances to do it.
Enemy UAV overhead.
And if you feel like you have to make
special orders coming in. Locate and eliminate the target. Contract's worth more than usual, so get it done, soldier.
Something like that. It's like the only
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Look, don't see him. I'll send another. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Hey, dumbass, I ain't on the team, you fucking retard.
You'll get another chance. Weapons free. moving in.
Camping, bitch.
Time for vengeance. You're redeploying.
Good camping, bitch.
25 remain. It's only a mindset. Shake it off and keep pushing.
Bobby ding doddy.
Deploying shortly. Stay alive till time expires to secure redeployment. More points you earn, use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
Scanning. Identity confirmed.
LDBR, ready for launch.
16 rounds, out. LDBR inbound. Enemy counter UAV inbound. Fire solution was bad. Missed. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tag. Get hunting. Resurging. Go get your revenge. Gas closing in. Enemy counter
Camping motherfucker.
You a bitch ass.
All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment. Resurgence. Survive the countdown to earn redeployment. Your kills to see us. Enemy dropping into the air. We've located the rest of them.
Scanning.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Good camping, fuck boy.
It could have been, should have been much worse. They counted 6 holes, got through.
We're returning you to the front. Earn this.
Camping cunts.
Did this fight really happen like that? Did it happen at all? Well, let's go straight to the source. Here's an article published in the December 24th, 1854 edition of the Daily Alta California.
Ooh, this one still got gas.
It reads, miners attacked by robbers. 4 Americans and 6 Chinamen robbed and murdered. The Times transcript credits the Sacramento Statesman with the following. Placerville, December 24th. We received the following startling intelligence last night after our paper had been worked on. Rocky Canyon